What's up guys, Quasi back with a brand new video, and today we're doing something a little bit different. So what I wanted to do in this video is go over all the epic skins in Fortnite and rank them from worst to best. So I'm going to start out here, and at the number 34 spot we have Funk Ops. Now Funk Ops, I bought him a while back. I was really excited to get him, but overall after using him for a while he started to get really boring, and there's just something about him that I just don't really like, and that's why he's last on this list. I just don't know what it is about him, but I just do not like this skin, and I totally regret buying it. At the number 33 spot we have BATTLEHAWK. Now BATTLEHAWK is the first skin you unlock in the Season 4 Battle Pass. Not that bad. Honestly, just looks a little bit too plain for my liking, and that's why he's so low on this list. Honestly, he could have been a blue. Purple seems a bit much for him. At number 32 we have the Mission Specialist. This is kind of the same as the BATTLEHAWK. It was the first skin you unlock in the Season 3 Battle Pass, and he just looks pretty plain to me, to be honest. He was kind of cool at first, but overall a lot of people started to get him, get the Battle Pass as well, and he just got really drowned out, and then now it's just not the greatest players use him, so I just never use him. At number 31 we have the Rust Lord. Again, this skin I thought was really cool at first. The Rust Lord, he was super cool to get, but then eventually everyone had him and everyone was using him, and he just didn't seem that special, and honestly I just kind of lost that liking for him quite a lot actually. At number 30 we have the Rogue Agent. Now this skin was the skin you get for buying the starter pack that came with 600 V-Bucks. Again, I thought this skin was really cool at first, but eventually a lot of people had him, and I honestly classify him as a bit of a noob skin, because anyone I run into who has this skin is never usually the best at the game. At number 29 I have the Moonwalker. Now this skin was relatively late in the Season 3 Battle Pass. It's the white version of the Mission Specialist. I honestly think the white version looks quite a bit better, but still not that great of a skin. That's why it's so low on this list. Number 28, one skin that was really a bummer for me was the Burnout skin. I was really excited when I first saw this skin and thought I might buy it, but then when it came, it kind of looked really plain and boring, and I didn't end up getting it because for those very reasons. It just looked plain, it didn't really stand out, didn't look very cool. That's why it's so low on this list at number 28. Number 27 is the Squad Leader. Again, another really bummer skin, because this skin you get super late in the Season 4 Battle Pass, like tier 87 or something. And to get him that late, you should be getting a pretty cool skin, but instead you're getting the Squad Leader, who again is similar to the BATTLEHAWK in the way that he looks kind of boring and doesn't really stand out. At number 26 I have the Mogul Master. Now this is the girl version of the skiers. Not that great of a skin. I like that there's a bunch of different countries that you can pick from, especially for both of the skiers you can do that. So that's pretty cool, but not that great of a skin, not my favorite, definitely. At number 25 I have the Hazard Agent. I felt like these skins, the Hazard Agent and the Toxic Trooper, kind of went hand in hand. They didn't look that great. I feel like they didn't really fit into Fortnite for some reason. They just looked a little odd. They kind of looked like they had like futuristic toasters on their head to me, which was a little weird and off-putting, so that's why I never bought either of them. At number 24 I have the Toxic Trooper. Like I said before, kind of didn't really fit with Fortnite for me, and ended up not buying them because I didn't like them that much. At number 23 I have the Mogul Master. This is the guy version of the skier skins. Kind of the same thing as the Mogul Master, but I liked the guy version a little bit better, and I like that they had a bunch of customizability with them, that you could buy like whatever country you really wanted. At number 22 of the Highland Warrior. This skin, not that bad of a skin. Again, it kind of doesn't really stand out against a lot of the other skins in Fortnite, but a decent skin, and the back bling looks really nice on it, so you can't really go wrong with that. At number 21 I have the Sub Commander. Now this is one of the Twitch Prime skins that you got from the first Twitch Prime pack, and he's not that bad of a skin. I've ran him a couple times, but I mean he could be a lot better. But I really do like the purple like beret thing on him. I think it looks pretty cool, and it represents Twitch pretty cool, or pretty well I guess, so he's not that bad of a skin. At number 20 I have Shadow Ops. Shadow Ops is a decent skin. Don't think I've really ran into too many bad Shadow Op players. So you can't really not like Shadow Ops. It's a decent skin. It looks pretty good. It's a pretty dangerous looking skin too, so you can't really go wrong with Shadow Ops. At number 19, I have Scoundrel. This skin was just released in the last couple days. It's one of the robber skins. He looks kind of cool. There's just something a little odd about his face. I don't know what it is. It just looks a little weird, and I don't think I would ever buy him. But I can see how people would buy him. He looks pretty cool. So you can't really go wrong with him. At number 18, I have Venturion, another recent skin that was just released like a week or two ago. Not that bad of a skin. It stands out definitely. I just wouldn't buy it. I don't know. It just doesn't look super cool to me. I do like the superhero theme with it though. That looks really nice. At number 17, I have Trailblazer. This was the second Twitch Prime skin that you got for buying the Twitch Prime pack. I think this skin looks a lot better than the first two Twitch Prime skins, especially because it gets the really cool pickaxe and the dance. But I think this skin just looks better. Looks more clean. Stands out quite a bit. The only thing is a lot of people have them, so kind of waters it down a little bit. Doesn't make it as cool. At number 16, I have ZOEY. This was a Season 4 skin you get about halfway through. Not a bad skin, but a lot of people have ZOEY now, and it kind of makes her a little less special, I think. And you just see so many ZOEYs in a single game that it just makes it kind of not that special. At number 15, I have STEELSIGHT. Now, I know a lot of people didn't really like this skin. I didn't personally buy it, but I thought the skin looked really cool. Especially, I wasn't really too big of a fan of it when I saw it leaked. But after I saw it in game, it actually looks like a pretty cool skin, and not that many people have it. So it's a pretty rare skin as well, and it's only been back in the store like one other time, I believe. So it's a pretty cool skin, and I actually like it. That's why it's so high up on this list. This is my list, by the way. So if you don't agree, that's totally fine. Put it in the comments down below. But personally, I really like STEELSIGHT, so she comes in at the number 15 spot. At number 14, I have ABSTRAKT. Now this skin is the male version of the spray paint characters. He looks pretty cool. I mean, you can't really go wrong with him. He just a pretty average looking skin, pretty low key, but still looks really good. I'm actually pretty happy with the job they did on that skin. It looks really nice. At number 13, I have the Rabbit Raider. Now this skin is pretty rare because it was an Easter exclusive skin. I know they brought it back a little while ago, but it's still a really good looking skin, and not a lot of people use it anymore, so it's pretty rare. And if you run into someone using it, they're usually pretty good, and you know you're going to be in for a fight. At number 12, I have the Bandolier. Now this skin I actually really liked a lot for some reason. I don't know what about it was, or what about it that I liked, but I don't know. It was just a clean skin. It looked really nice. I think it was perfect for purple, and when there's still, again, not a lot of people use him, so if you run into one of them, you know they're gonna probably be a pretty good player, because it's a pretty cool skin too. Pretty intimidating when you run into it in game. At number 11, I have the Bright Gunner. I like this skin. It looks pretty good. I don't think it looks as good as Bright Bomber. It's not as OG as Bright Bomber either, even though they keep bringing Bright Bomber back for some reason. I think they should just totally retire it from the store. But Bright Bomber's a pretty good looking skin. He's got the frosted tip type thing going on. He looks pretty good, so you can't really go wrong with him. You don't see him that often, but he's kind of uncommon. So he's a good skin. At number 10, I have the Ginger Gunner. Now this skin you almost never see people using in game. This skin is the girl version of the Merry Marauder. She looks pretty good actually. I ended up purchasing the Merry Marauder back at the time when it was released in December, but honestly she looks pretty good and you almost never see her, so I think she's a pretty cool skin, and if you see her you know you're in for a good fight with a good player, so watch out for the Ginger Gunner. At number 19, I have the RAPSCALLION. Now this is the girl version of the robber set. I think she looks better than the man, but still looks pretty good, and I think I see the guy more than the girl making this skin a little more rare, and we'll see how many times they ended up bringing these skins back. But I actually like this skin. It looks pretty good. I like the back bling on it as well, the little bag, so you can't really go wrong with that either. At number 8, this is where people might disagree with me, is I have TEKNIQUE. Now this skin, I used for so long from the Season 4 Battle Pass. I don't know what I liked about it so much. I think it was just because it was a really low-key skin, but it still looked really good. I don't want it to become the new Rust Lord, but it might end up being that just because you get it so earlier in the Season 4 Battle Pass that a lot of people are going to have it. But honestly, I really like this skin. I like it a lot more than the ABSTRAKT, the male version of it. But honestly, she looks really, really good, and I'm actually surprised that this was a really early skin in the Battle Pass because I just like it so much. At number 7, I have the Elite Agent. Now, at first, when I saw this skin in the Season 3 Battle Pass, I didn't think it looked all that great, to be perfectly honest. I thought the Elite Agent was kind of boring, but then I started using her and less people had her, and I thought she actually looked really cool and really good. So I have no problem putting this skin really high up on the list, and I know a lot of people like the Elite Agent, so it's going to stay up here as one of my top favorite skins in the purple category in Fortnite. At number 6, I have the Bunny Brawler. Now this is much better than the male skin for the bunnies or the Easter skins. I like this skin a lot more. She looks really cool, and not a lot of people bought her either, so she's pretty rare as well, and I think she looks a lot better than the male skin, so that's why she's so high up on the list at number 6. At number 5, I have Tomatohead. This skin, I mean, you can't really go wrong with it. It's more of just like a joke skin, to be perfectly honest. I bought him. I really like the back bling, the pizza bag. I think it goes well with a lot of other skins. You can run that back bling with a lot of other characters and it'll look good. Plus the skin's just really funny, and I mean, how can you really go wrong with him? So that's why Tomatohead is in the top 5. At number 4, I have Sparkle Specialist. Now the reason I have this skin so high is because I think it looks really, really cool, and you get it really late in the Season 3 Battle Pass, or the Season 2 Battle Pass rather. So she is a really rare skin, and you don't see a lot of people with Sparkle Specialists. So if you run into a Sparkle Specialist in game, you know you're in for a good fight because you just don't see them that often. At number 3, we're getting into the Halloween skins. I have the Ghoul Trooper at number 3. Now this skin I believe is a lot more rare than the Skull Trooper, just because I think it looks less cool than the Skull Trooper, but still looks like a really cool skin, and I really wish I had got it back in October when it was released. But I think it looks really, really good. It was more expensive than the Skull Trooper as well, so less people bought it, so it's an extremely rare skin, and I think it looks really good too. So that's why it's at the number 3 spot. At the number 2 spot, I have the Christmas Skull Trooper, aka the Merry Marauder. This skin is probably one of my favorite skins. This is my favorite skin that I own and have purchased from the store at one point in time. I bought this skin back in December, early January, whenever it released. But I really like this skin. I consider it the Skull Trooper of Christmas just because it's got that hood balaclava thing on, kind of like the Skull Trooper, but it's just Christmas themed. I like the Merry Marauder so much. I'm so glad I bought him, and he's actually become a really, really rare skin too, because you just don't see people with the Skull Trooper or the Merry Marauder that often in game. And at number 1, I think everyone guessed it at this point, I got the Skull Trooper. I mean, you really just can't go wrong with the Skull Trooper, known as like one of the most rare skins in Fortnite. You barely ever see it, and it just, for good measure too, or for good reason. It's such a good skin. It looks so nice, clean, it stands out, and people know right away when they see the Skull Trooper, it's over for them. They are going to be in the fight of their life, because I've ran into a handful of Skull Troopers in the recent weeks, months, and all of them have been just really good players, great builders, and I'm super disappointed that I didn't buy the skin when it was in the store back in October, because I would have been so happy. That would have been the best skin that I think I've ever bought. Plus, it was one of the only skins that's been a 1200 V-Buck purchase for a purple skin, so that just made it a little less rare, but still, it's never been brought back since, and I don't think it ever will be. This has been my list of the top 34 purple skins in Fortnite Battle Royale. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making this. I had a lot of fun putting this together, and if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and this has been Quezzy, guys. Later.